Well, sport of water skiing. Water ski capital of the world here in Polk County, no question about it. Nobody's even close. The national governing body of the sport underneath the U.S. Olympic Committee's governing body is based here. The USA Water Ski and Wake Sports Foundation, with the museum that we actually have at the Visitor Center at I-427, at the Welcome Center. You got to get out and check that out, by the way, is here. Plus, the International Hall of Fame is here. So with all the water skiing that's been going on all the way back to the 1920s, before Cypress Gardens even was a thought. The popes, they were here and so on, and it has just grown exponentially, hit some peaks and valleys, but the fact of the matter is one of those peaks has been the addition of adaptive water skiing into the portfolio of the Olympic Committee's governing body, USA Water Ski and Wake Sports. Here to talk a little bit about it and many of the events that are going on. The president of Ann's Angels, Ann O'Brien, is the namesake, and John's going to explain that one, along with all sorts of stuff about adaptive skiing. John, welcome aboard. What is adaptive skiing for those people that don't really know?
Well, adaptive water skiing is water skiing for people with disabilities. And they can ski as like anybody else, just using adaptive equipment and getting on the water and living their best life just like anybody else.
You get out, same equipment, basic, boat, ropes, flotation, but the equipment underneath them is just a little bit different sometimes, but not all the time, because I see people out jumping, both on sit skis, but on regular jumpers, going through the slalom course, tricks. Tell us about the competitive side. What are the three events and how does that all work?
Three events are slalom, trick, and jump. Slalom skiing down a course with buoys. It's very similar to AWSA water skiing, just either on a sit ski for people in wheelchairs, an audio slalom for people with visual impairments, and either sitting or standing for people with amputated arms or legs. But the rules are exactly the same. Mm-hmm. There's very little difference. They just ski on something a little bit different in most cases. Some of them just use regular equipment and go through the course like any other skier.
So one thing that I found fascinating looking at the website and reading up a little bit about you guys is the social aspect, that you put that in as important as the physical aspect of getting folks out, getting them on the water, the movement, the strength, the exercise. The social aspect is something that you guys highlight. Tell us a little about that.
Yes, that is something that's a big highlight of ours. We like to show the world what we're doing. This brings more people to awareness of what we're doing. Second, we want to show them a good time. So, interacting, having fun, showing people what that is to adaptive water skiing is a big must to us. The athletes that come to our program become our family. Mm-hmm. The volunteers become our close-knit family. And sometimes we'll even fly from other states just to do one of our clinics. The tournament, everybody that's at that tournament in September is going to be family. We know all of them. They know us. And they're excited to come here because they're getting to come here and ski with our team, which they've never gotten to do before.
John, and I want to get to Ann's Angels in a minute because I mentioned it earlier. Ann O'Brien, lovely lady, the late Ann O'Brien, thus Ann's Angels. So or maybe Jack will jump in on that one. But when you're training people in these clinics to learn how to ski, there's two primary obstacles. One, the disability itself. Yeah. So you have to adapt. You have to make some adjustments. Then there's the psychological barrier, if you will, barrier to entry. Which is tougher to overcome?
In some cases, the physical disability is harder to overcome because of the severity and the multitude of disabilities that one person could have. Two, individuals that have been helped all their life have a psychological problem that they don't want to go in the water. They're overcoming a fear themselves. And we call it the 15-second rule. And when they leave the dock, they're gripped onto the side of the chair that they're sitting in, coming up out of the water, and you see fear. They don't know what's coming next. 20, 30 feet from the dock, it changes. All of a sudden it's, oh, this isn't so bad. By the time they're 100 feet from the dock, they're screaming, hollering, with their hands up, smiling, yelling, "Mom, I'm doing it." It's absolutely an incredible feeling to see that happen right before your eyes. And for the volunteers, sometimes we get more out of that than the participants do. It's absolutely incredible.
So tell us about Ann's Angels as an organization, and then how folks would get in touch with you.
Ann's Angels, we do adaptive beginner programs. So teaching people, getting them on the water, showing them a good time. And then if they want to go further, we can push them towards the individuals that can help them further their fun in any of the different genres of water skiing. Ann's Angels came out of You Can Ski Too, which was Ann's program. She ran that from '94 to 2015 when she passed away. We took over in 2016. We are her volunteers, therefore Ann's Angels.
And you do, I want to say it's the adaptive area has expanded as folks have come back from combat. So
absolutely, especially in the veterans divisions. Individuals come back from combat, they're still competitive. They're still in their prime, and they want to compete and fight for that gold medal. So there are several genres of water skiing. We have individuals in barefoot that are disabled. We have people in wakeboard. We have a whole division of individuals sit down and stand up in wakeboard. Show skiers, there's show ski teams all over the country, as Mark knows. And we have disabled skiers that are starting to get involved with those shows. We had an individual up in Green Bay that actually won best trick at state one year for his trick up in
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. It was Green Bay team. I can't remember their name.
Waterboard Warriors.
So he actually won the individual award for best trick that year.
And we've met with the blind gentleman, missing his name, who was the veteran who took place in the wake competition here. Was quite impressive. Often wins wakeboard competitions. And
I remember part of his name, but
had lost his sight. Sadly, when after he'd come back home. So.
Well, Jack, it's really interesting for me, having skied at the Gardens and, interacting with all sorts of different celebrities and whatever it may have been. And probably one of the most memorable moments for me in terms of working with adaptive skiers, I've worked with Ann O'Brien, Harry Cordelis, who was blind out of California. I was asking John off air about if he's still around, still alive, not involved in water skiing anymore, and he was a world famous guy. But Craig McFarland, who wrestled in the Olympics, okay, out of Canada. So Ricky McCormick, Hall of Famer, and I got on both sides of him. He wanted to learn how to jump, and so I took his left side. Ricky took his right side, and we counted him down as we approached the jump, made his first one. And it's like, if you haven't been involved with adaptive skiers or adaptive athletes, you're missing it. Shame on you, because it is really, really an experience, not just for the athlete. That's a given. But as you do this, you've got a gift to give back. And that's what John is doing with Ann's Angels. As part of his purpose, as part of his God-given responsibility, to take those skills and teach these kids how to ski, or these kids and adults how to ski. So, John, thank you so much for what you do.
Maybe we can have you plug the website one time for everyone.
Oh, that's right.
Well, we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Find us there, Ann's Angels Adaptive Water Ski Team or Ann's Angels AWF. And you can certainly visit our website at annsangelsaWF.org.
Thank you.
Well, the Adaptive Nationals are coming up in September. John, it's like the third week, but I'm not seeing it on my cheat sheet. Do you remember what the exact dates are?
Yes, it's Wednesday the 18th through the 21st. That'll be Saturday, and then banquet Saturday night for awards.
That's at Lake Myrtle, Championship Lake, and you can check it out. If you have somebody that you know or you are individually, come out and say hi. We'd love to see you. John would love to talk with you. Anybody can do it. And hey, thanks so much for what you do.
Not a problem. Thank you for having us here.
Oh, absolutely.